Ba-na-na-na-na-na. Hey, ba-dum-bum-bum. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, welcome to WrestleAM. It's half morning show, half wrestling show, all BS, and we got SidsLight in the corner going today. I first off want to start off by saying this is one day late because I had concussion headaches and I am a weak jerk. I need to be on time. But so thank you guys. And if you could like, comment, subscribe, just put a cowabunga, throw a like, hit the bell, do all that stuff because our year-end goal. I got a year-end goal, Sid. Are you ready for my year-end goal?
Sure.
I want to, a lot of people have big goals. They want to be the next Mr. Beast. I want my subscribers to know I made a video. That's my goal for algorithm. I am so tired of, hey, did you talk about Forbidden Door? Did you talk about Impact? Did you talk? And like, yeah, the video's there. And be like, I clicked on everything and I don't get your videos. So, dear Susan 2.0, we have goals. And it starts with you. Like, comment, subscribe.
Poor Susan.
Damn you. Which one's worse? Blaming everything on Susan or calling the new guy Susan 2.0? Which one do you think is worse?
Blaming poor Susan now that she's left.
All right, that's fair. Susan 2.0. But Susan lied more than Susan 2.0 did. I think Susan 2.0 is just cleaning up the mess. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. We also did a review on the Forbidden Door with Boom Boom, and I think we all liked it. We enjoyed it. Huge effing win. I enjoyed it, and yeah, it was great. Also, a shout out to our friend Rant and Review. He was there live, and I do believe you see more stuff live, and I do believe when you go to pro wrestling, I think you see more stuff when you're there live, and I believe you enjoy it. I think pro wrestling live is a better experience than pro wrestling on television. All right. Anything you want to add before we hit the first story, sir, or get right down to business?
Yeah, I'll add that anything I've seen live for WWE, I went home and watched it after on home so that I could see parts I couldn't really enjoy on the show. That person.
Yeah. So, so go watch live wrestling. Even your indies and local support, go. Watch. Go. After the podcast, of course. We need that watch time. All right. First story. Bully Ray. He's a podcaster. We have so much in common. Bully Ray says that Eddie Kingston should be pushed to the moon. Sid, what's your thoughts and what's Bully's exact quote?
Well, Bully's exact quote is like fucking 40 sentences. So we'll not do the full quote. But basically, he said he was going to do a Dear Tony tweet, but decided instead he would do it in an interview about the Forbidden Door. But basically, he pointed out that Eddie is his most credible guy, that he doesn't care about Eddie's looks, how he walks, etc., 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 because he's real. He's as real as it gets. If the Danielsons of the world and the Omegas of the world are your pro wrestlers, and if the Jerichos of the world and the OCs of the world and the Darbys of the world are your sports entertainments because they have gimmicks, Eddie's your credible guy. Eddie's your Dusty and your Terry Funk.
Ooh.
Eddie is the guy that when he talks, you believe in more than anything else. Eddie's the guy that comes across as middle-aged and crazy. There's nothing that Eddie has done since he has come to AEW that I don't believe in. And then he goes on about how great Eddie is and that he genuinely doesn't like Claudio and all that stuff.
Poor Claudio. What do you think is the jerk? Well, here's the thing. What if Claudio just one day there was two Twinkies and they were driving to ROH together or, an indie show together, and they're like good friends and they're on the road and there's two Twinkies and Claudio ate them both and Eddie Kingston has been this angry for this long. Has Eddie Kingston, outside of his hatred, has he said anything that Cesaro did to him? He's like, he doesn't respect me. This might all be in your head. This reminds me of a DuckTales. He's Launchpad McDuck. Launchpad McDuck, there's an episode where Launchpad McDuck thinks no one respects him, but he keeps cutting him off. So maybe Claudio's like, you're really, really a piece of shit, huh, Claudio? Go ahead.
I actually don't remember why. It's been a long time, but I don't remember why. I remember there was a story kayfabe-wise, like they had a feud back in the day before Claudio became Cesaro. I don't know what it was about though.
Got it. Well, either way, no matter what it is, Twinkie or McDuck, Launchpad. If it's a Twinkie or a Launchpad or something serious, it's pure entertainment. I usually don't always. Well, what's funny in real life, Bully Ray's such a great guy. On the podcast, but I usually don't agree with Bully Ray, but I kind of agree with him here. I want to see what he could do in a G1. A G1, for those that don't know, I'm trying to be more educational because I see I'm always like thinking that the audience knows about New Japan, Noah, and all that. And then I realized they don't when they were like, who the hell's Kojima? I was like, what? What? But the G1.
The dick dropper.
Yeah, yeah. So the G1 is a basho. It's a round robin tournament, and they take it very seriously. And on top of it, take it very seriously. It is a toll on your body, and it is very difficult to do. A lot of people cannot handle that high of professional wrestling at that level that many days in a row. It is a grind. So I want to see what he could do in the G1. I'm kind of excited for that. And I agree with Bully, but I also think Tony fucked up from day one. Eddie Kingston can cut promos. Believable promos. But
Eddie Kingston, hold on. Just to interject real quick.
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Eddie Kingston, in 2 minutes, made us okay with that horrible dynamite explosion thing.
yeah, that's very true.
2 minutes and he got us to forget about it and think it was great.
So he is the king of cutting promos. He does make it seem real. I agree with everything there. This is more on Tony. No matter how great someone is at making something look real, no matter how great someone is at cutting promos, you can turn into Dolph Ziggler pretty fucking quick if you never win. And that's not on Eddie. That's on Tony. Because it got to a point, I don't know about you. I like Eddie Kingston. I'm a fan. It got to a point where he would just lose every fucking match that I would literally fast forward his great promos. Because it's wasted. If he's going to give you a Rocky Balboa speech, if he's going to give you a Attack on Titan moment, if he's going to give you a speech that you'll remember forever, and then loses to fucking Jungle Boy with his arm tied behind his back, what the fuck is the point of life? So, it's not very often we agree with Bully Ray. It's not. Usually we're like, Bully Ray, you're old, blah. But no, I think Bully Ray has a point. Tony, what the fuck? Tony is Susan 2.0.
Also, I looked into it real quick. The consensus seems to be that it's just Eddie staying with kayfabe and having fun because he and Claudio were in a feud when Claudio got signed by WWE and they never finished it.
Ah, that's cool.
So he's just, the feud hasn't ended for him ever.
Yeah, and but he's just so good at cutting promos and believable, and that's it, And compared him to Terry Funk and Dusty, the difference is Terry Funk and Dusty won. If you take Dusty Rhodes, and I love Dusty Rhodes, I would never have made it in professional wrestling without Dusty having my back. So I love Dusty Rhodes. He's one of the guys. I have a list of guys that I'll tell you I can't talk bad about just because they're too close to me. Dusty Rhodes, Dustin Rhodes, the Nasty Boys, Bam Bam Bigelow, Gangrel, the ACW roster. I'm just like, hey, no, too close to the fire. You know what I mean?
Kane Wrestling does that to a guy.
Yeah. I absolutely love Dusty Rhodes. If he lost every match, those promos wouldn't mean anything. The hard times, reach out your hands. That is the greatest promo of all time. I know we're celebrating the pipe bomb. The greatest promo of all time is hard times. Because the thing is, a lot of people remember the hard time moment. But when he fucking pulls out the hands, and he's like, your hand, reach out and touch the TV screen. Your hand isn't my hand. Oh, dude, that shit was off the chart. But imagine if he just fucking lost every match. He would be wasted. Terry Funk, amazing at cutting promos. If he lost every match, he'd be wasted. And WWE, for fans that, only watch WWE, it's Dolph Ziggler. no one in their heart takes Dolph Ziggler seriously. And that's what he is. Go ahead, sir.
No, I was just thinking about the fact that I was trying to think of a promo that I like more than Hard Times. I think the only one that comes close for me is the cream always rises to the top.
Oh, that's such a good one too. Did you? This is a little off topic, but did you ever see the guy who made Macho Man and that quote on his whole wall? Like his wife let him paint the wall according to the meme, and it was just Macho Man holding, and he's like, "The cream always rises to the top," but it's a whole wall. That guy's awesome.
No, that's fantastic.
yeah. But so Eddie Kingston hitting Hard Times, and what a weird way to start off the show. We grew up Bully Ray. Salute. I love you, Bully Ray, but Jesus, sometimes your take's a little bit off. But hey, I'm sure Bully Ray is sitting down watching WrestleAM going, I wonder what Koco and Raccoon's take is.
Yeah, he probably is like, well, your takes are a little off too.
You son of a bitch. My favorite Bully Ray story of all time is, well, I got a lot of them, but this is one of my favorites. There was a New York tough guy, radio personality, and he's like, fucking Impact sucks. I love WWE. Like, that was his gimmick. I mean, I could be describing any podcaster. And it was like pro WWE New York guy attitude, and Bully Ray offered to fight him at pay-per-view, and the guy backed down. Bully Ray can kick my ass. I haven't seen SidsLight in IRL. I don't know how tall the raccoon is. I don't know how tough the raccoon is. I know he served Army infantry, so I'm sure he's thrown fists before. But I would put, probably Bully Ray could kick both of our asses. Is that safe to say? It's safe to say?
I can take Bully Ray.
You can take Bully Ray. The raccoon could take him. I think I'm
fighting him in a room without tables, though.
Yeah, that's a good point. Good strategy.
Without that, no, he's got me.
I've done martial arts. I've been a hand-to-hand combat instructor, Marine Corps infantry, but I'm fat, out of shape, loser. I think Bully Ray can kick my ass. But there's no fucking way if he says, come on down to pay-per-view and fight, that I back down. Because here's the thing. Let's say I say Bully Ray sucks, and Bully Ray kicks my ass. All I have to do is press the go live, start recording whatever, and say, I'm still standing DDP style, and our channel blows up. There's no fucking way Bully Ray challenges me to a fight. I'm not winning, but if he's like, oh, let's go to a fight in front of fucking nobody, I'm like, I'm cool, Bully Ray. I have fun doing
Bully
that.
Ray complimented Eddie Kingston, and now has you throwing out scenarios where you would fight Bully Ray.
I'm just saying, it's what I can't believe no one would turn it down.
All he did was complicate Eddie Kingston, or complimented Eddie Kingston.
He did, but it's still my favorite Bully Ray story, because why would you say no? If Bully Ray right now, he works for Impact. If he said on the next Impact Wrestling show, next Impact main event, TV, pay-per-view, I'm going to kick your fucking ass, I say yes every fucking time. Every fucking time I say yes. Because it would be so fun and entertaining. I would lose, but you just have to fucking not die, and you win. I feel, dude, is Bully Ray my Apollo? Is Bully Ray my Apollo? I'll be laying it down in bed in Bear. Be like, Bear, all I have to do is not die. Devon comes up and be like, do you believe in the American dream? Bully Ray does. Sid, hit the music. Hit the music.
Right now, Boom Boom was in the video description looking for the next chapter link.
Next chapter. All right. Boom Boom, this one's for you. Next chapter. Bam! AEW Fight Forever. It's out in a few hours, maybe. Confused. I was hoping that it would launch now, but they have this thing where it launches at like 10 p.m. my time and 9 a.m. Eastern. And it's just like, it's so confusing. AEW Fight Forever. I'm super excited for it. I'll be streaming it on Twitch. I'll probably do my first take on this channel. I do believe people are going to shit on this and praise it without actually playing it. And I do not like video game companies. I do not like this. I do not like this at all. I do not like, it comes out at 10 p.m. for Japan. 9 a.m. in America. What the fuck is that shit? Just launch it at the same time. You're a gamer?
Technically, they are launching it at the same time.
I guess you're right. It's got to be a midnight Eastern release. Just give me the game. That's all I want. I want the fucking game, man. I don't know. It's usually a midnight Eastern release. That's what most video games are.
Listen, you'll be disappointed by it in like 24 hours.
Listen, I'm not going to be disappointed by it until I play it. And I suggest players do the same because I feel this one is going to be, this is the greatest game. This is the worst game. You know, it's just that. And also, too, like, they're comparing it to WWE, which, fair, but also kind of, it shows how much corporations and monopolies have taken over. And here's the example I give, all right? NFL Blitz and Madden. No one compared the two. They're just like, oh, one's an arcade game, one's a simulation game. But with pro wrestling and WWE, you know, dominating EA Sports, dominating American football, people are like, they're just stuck where everything has to be the same. They're like, well, that's the way it's always been, and it's not the case. But yeah, I'm excited. I think it got a pretty low score on IGN, and they said that you could beat it like in 20 a couple hours. And I don't know. I'm just hoping it's fun. You know, there's different things. Hands-on. These are things I like in a wrestling game. All right? Just, you know, because you got what? You got about another 13 hours, AEW Fight Forever. So I expect you to fix this. One, the controllers in-game, how it feels, is way more important than the graphics. Two, not telling me what to do in the storyline. Oh, go do a storyline. Oh, did you win the IC title? But did you throw him at the fucking right angle with your dick to the left to the fuck you? Don't tell me what to fucking do, dude. I'm married. I don't need my fucking video games to tell me what to do. And the third thing is simulation. We, you know, on twitch.tv/Kocosports, we have Kocosports Stream where we simulate matches. How smart the AI is wrestling each other is a factor that I don't think a lot of companies figure out. What are your thoughts and what do you want in this new AEW game? And are you getting it?
I don't have it, and I don't have any plans to buy it. Hopefully it's good for people who want to. Yeah. But I don't even play WWE that much, so yeah. I don't really play wrestling games that much.
Yeah, WWE, WWE is not a bad game. The graphics are amazing. I do think they should lay off the storylines. Like, not even storylines. They should lay off doing certain things. Like, there's one where you got to be Rob Van Dam and beat Cena, and you're like, you got to be in the ring, out of the ring, drop a leg drop on this particular spot. I was like, dude, I'm done. I'm done. I'm not doing that. You do it. Didn't you unlock everything, you sick fuck?
I did this story. I didn't do the John Cena thing because I don't care about the John Cena story.
Yeah. But yeah, 2K is an awesome game. Hopefully this will be an awesome game. And I have a confession. This might come as a shock. Are you sitting down, Raccoon?
Yeah.
I am a fucking idiot. That is my confession.
It's not a confession. That's just a repeating of a fact.
AEW reached out to me and said, do you want Fight Forever for free? And I said, that's okay. I already bought it. And after I hit send, I was like, I am a fucking moron. And on top of that, like, they were so confused because the response was, thank you for being honest. If there's ever been a you fucked up chant, that's it right there. That's it right there. You fucked up. You fucked up. You fucked up.
You had your free game copy.
Yeah. Then I was like, no, I already paid for it. I got the highest level. Don't worry about me. You look out for yourself.
Thank you for being honest.
Like, you think they passed around the email like, look at this fucking idiot. This guy's a fucking idiot. A loser. Microphone abuser.
I think he opened it and he went, oh, well, excuse me. Thank you for being honest. Send.
So we'll be streaming that within the next 24 hours on the Kocosports Twitch.
He
And
will not be streaming it within the next 24 hours. It doesn't come out for over 24.
are you for real? I thought it was coming out tonight in like 12.
Nope.
It's coming out in 36?
Mm-hmm. No, it's coming out in 12. Like 11, actually.
I was about to fucking leave. I was about to leave. I was about to break down and cry. Ah! So maybe next week we'll tell you. If not, subscribe to Koco Sports. Check us out on the Twitch machine. Check out Koco Plays. We'll be rocking it, and hopefully we'll have some fun. I do worry a lot of the pro wrestling games that are not WWE 2K, especially the new ones. You can finish them pretty fastly. Fastly? I'm gonna go with it. Fastly. I'm trying to think. I don't know. I don't want to throw. I was about to throw like wrestling games under the bus, but there's a lot of alternative wrestling games that like 2 hours in, you're like, that was a lot of fun. I can't wait for the next patch in 400 years. But that is one good thing AEW is doing. They're not doing a yearly release, so they can just keep improving the game and adding people onto the roster. So, kind of like a Fire Pro style. What's that, sir?
We'll see how that goes, because how they monetize it'll be the big decider.
Yeah. Fire Pro did that, and it was really successful, and Japanese sports games do it, and it's really successful here in Japan. But Japan's used to that. Japan's not used to yearly releases. They're used to console releases, and then you pay for the updates that you want to pay for, and they make a lot more money than the yearly releases, but giant corporations are really scared to do something new. It's like, oh, we make a lot of money, we could change the way we do it because it works in Japan. Giant video game corporations are a little afraid to make that leap. So, but yeah, AEW Fight Forever comes out in 13 hours while we're recording this and might be out already. Tell us what you think, only if you played it. If you didn't play it and you have an opinion, just say this in this voice. I like WWE and hate AEW. Oh yeah. That's it. If you have a strong opinion and didn't actually play the game, I want that as the comment. That's fair. All right. Next story. Bam! Sometimes life isn't fair. Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan, American Dragon took on Okada. There was a tap out in the middle of the match. He was selling an arm injury. It was a little bit confusing. We did not know how bad it was. Brie Danielson, I guess that's what she goes by now. His wife sent out an X-ray. And the quote is, not sure to be proud or chastise him for wrestling 10 more minutes with this break. Definitely worse than we thought. It was a simple elbow drop, and he had his arm in the wrong position. And he went 10 more minutes, kept going, and his arm snapped. So you look at the match a lot differently than you did before, because the tap out seemed to come out of nowhere. And hopefully he recovers fast. What's your thoughts on this, Mr. Raccoon?
Yeah, it's a clean break. It feels like dude looked at Cody Rhodes wrestling with the torn pec and was like, hold my beer.
Yeah. Well, in the post-match, he said two things. One, he said, whenever you're hurt, you can stop the match or keep going. And he's like, all the times I've kept going, I've never regretted it. I'm paraphrasing, of course, but he said something on that. And then he also kind of, bad news for you, Raccoon. He said that he's probably too old and it's too difficult to do the G1. He said, I probably won't do the G1. But a lot of people are speculating, strong speculation, that him and Okada will battle at Wrestle Kingdom. And I don't know how fast a clean break heals. I haven't broke a bone probably since the crash. Go ahead.
A clean break can heal faster because it sets easier, from what I understand. And I was reading that it can heal as quick as 6 weeks, but it could also take months.
Got it.
It depends on how fast he heals. I don't think he's going to be back and fully ready to go in time for in like 8 weeks. I don't think so.
Got it. Well, Kingdom is January 4th. So We're talking
Yeah,
Japan.
yeah, but he had said originally that he was going to be back in 8 weeks.
Oh, got it, got it. And I'd rather have him be safe than have to wrestle injured, especially considering the way he was talking at the post conference. So we wish you nothing but a speedy recovery and mad props for 10 more minutes. And I'm glad we got to learn about this news. I know back in the day they would have kayfabed this, but now we're like, hey man, why did a match end like this? Why now we know, and it's just like damn. But yeah, so Bryan Danielson, one of the toughest SOBs in pro wrestling, continues on, and he's a warrior. Hopefully he heals up and everything will be fine. Your final thoughts on this, sir?
I still think it's nuts that he went 10 minutes with it broken like that.
Yeah. And one thing that he did bring up is that, like, a lot of wrestling journalists and wrestling fans try to be doctors. And he was bringing up the point of, like, yeah, dude, you saw Kenny Omega and, Will Ospreay do, I'm using quote marks here, dangerous moves. And then here I am with the most simplest move, breaking my arm. So, I don't know. I just think pro wrestling in general is dangerous. And sometimes you have to take risk and you don't know.
I did like something Bryan had said, which is he had said that before matches he checks with AEW's medical staff about certain moves before he goes out and does them to make sure they're fine.
Yeah. That's kind of awesome. It's really awesome that he respects the doctors that much. So, we wish you nothing but a speedy recovery. We're beyond heartbroken that you will not be coming to the G1, but G1 is difficult. It's not easy. It's not an easy task. For runners, it's the marathon. For sports players, it's the playoffs. It's playoffs probably times 10. But yeah, it's a difficult situation. But still, love to see him at Kingdom. Love to see him and Okada go one-on-one. And it would be an interesting situation. So,
yeah,
there
I'm
you
looking
go.
forward to the eventual promo off where Okada mentions that he broke his arm, and then Bryan says back, "You broke my arm, but I broke your spirit."
Oh yeah, they can go back and forth and not all that. So yeah, it should be interesting. By the way, according to the Twitter machine, Okada hasn't tapped out since he tapped out to Nakamura. How long's Nakamura been gone? 6, 7, 8 years?
Oh, a while.
Yeah,
It's been at least 5, I think.
yeah, so Okada has not tapped out in a really long time. So overall, Bryan Danielson, we wish you a speedy recovery, and thank you for being awesome. Salute. Listen, Bryan Danielson, I know you're listening. I just want to fucking do an open letter to you. I was the first person to ever interview you. Before you retire, can I be the last person to interview you? That would be pretty cool. I kind of want to go to an ATM, an AEW scrum, and be like, hey, do you remember the first person that interviewed you? That was me. I'm old. And he's like, sir,
what if before you
security?
can say that's me, he's like, yeah, the guy was really weird.
I mean, let's be honest. I'd still follow it.
At that point, do you not say that it was you?
Oh, every time, dude. Come on, dude. We banned a dinosaur until what's his name touches the title. We're a lot of things, but weird. We're a lot of things and we're not a lot of things, but weird is safe. It's safe to say. I mean, you're a raccoon for Christ's sakes.
I am.
No one told me. I thought you were gonna be like Rocket. I ate a raccoon.
Damn, you gotta compare me to the Disney guy.
Sorry, man. I thought he would be your role model. How do you feel? Is he like a guy you look up to, like The Rock, or is he like the John Cena of raccoons?
He should have died.
Yeah, well, it could have been. Oh well. I know. In Guardians, they said one of the guys originally was supposed to die, and then he said he changed the script because it made him cry. And I was like, God damn you to hell, damn you to hell.
Us cry in a theater.
I wanted to cry like a bitch. There, I said it. All right. Next topic. Boom, boom, boom. Vince McMahon with his awesome mustache. We're reading this off our source, Cultaholic. Report WWE possibly attempting to Vince-proof SmackDown by advertising matches week in advance. I just love the fact that it's being booked amazingly. People are enjoying it, and he still wants to change shit last second while saying he's not part of creative. And that they're trying to find ways. Be like, nah, we can't change that, dude. It's been booked 17 weeks in advance. Oh, goddamn Vince. Vince is amazing. He's like, I'm out. I'm back in. I'm fucking not part of creative. Change all of this. Yeah, according to this report, I'll just read it. WWE's creative process. This is Cultaholic by Adian Gibbons. WWE's creative process appears to be Vince McMahon versus everyone else at the moment, as last-minute changes from the chairman have become more and more common in recent weeks, with the June 23rd episode of SmackDown, the June 26th episode of Raw in particular, having McMahon's fingerprints all over them. And both of those shows, I think me and you said we weren't feeling it, you know? I think those were two shows we weren't feeling.
I know one of them definitely was, because I remember being like, wow, this show's the only one that's sucked in a while.
Yeah. Recent reports have indicated WWE are trying to figure out a way to halt McMahon's last-minute changes. It appears within the company have been trying to limit influences for some time. I just picture Triple H being like, all right, which intern is going to flirt with Vince? Hey, Vince.
I just imagine he makes up a different intern every week and has like a set burner phone that Vince can text, and an intern that's assigned specifically to relay Vince's messages to people. Just coincidentally always fucks the job up and doesn't relay them in time. And then gets fired for Vince every week.
It's like, this is a 1-week job. You will be fired, but we'll let you take anything you want out of the merch till when you leave.
There's not even a real person.
Oh,
Triple H has the second phone in his other pocket, and occasionally he pulls it out and he says, I'll let Triple H know.
He's like, I got this idea. What if we fucking make Roman Reigns say spectacular Spider-Man? Why? I'm just like, all right, I passed it on. Yeah, I guess, yeah, the fake phone thing works. But I mean, he's got to be there in person sometimes with the mustache of, oh, I'm a horrible person, but you're noticing my mustache, so thank you. PR move.
I think those nights you have to accept that he's getting his hands in creative.
Oh my god. He's like, where's that goddamn fucking intern Susan? It's like, everyone's like, there is no Susan, man. Don't let him fucking go. Oh man. I was going a little bit darker. Like maybe they hired a prostitute in every city and be like, oh, she signed an NDA.
Jesus.
Oh man, you know it's let's see the mighty, how the mighty have fallen. Granted, he's still rich, and for a lot of people, they rub their nipples, and money's the most important thing in the world because a lot of people haven't, earned or made money, so they think, oh, I'll be great when I have money, and they don't realize how depression and money really works. So, yeah, he's very successful and very rich, but let's look at his legacy. I'm in charge of everything. I have to quit the thing I love. I have to force my way back in by selling it. And no one wants me to fucking help at all. Like, I'm here to help. Vince, they need you in marketing. I'm here to help. Vince, we don't need your help.
Or is Vince just the fall guy for them?
Oh,
like,
that's
people
true.
Don't like something and they're like, yeah, Vince made a lot of changes last minute.
Oh, that's not a thing. Like, Vince is the good. First off, look at that mustache. Do you think that guy's a good guy? Second off, what if he is? He's like, listen, fucking Kocosports, SidsLight, the fucking internet fucking hates me. I got a fucking mustache. I am strong enough to take it. Blame me. And Triple H is like, I really want to change this, but, I know I'll get some heat with the boys. He's like, that's okay, son. Blame me. Like it's the picture of Triple H cuddled up with his creative book, and Vince is holding spread out wide with the knives in his back. Have you ever seen those memes? Like it's usually a wolf or a soldier. I think Triple H is the little girl cuddled up, be like, I want to change my thing, and it's got like a bunch of knives, internet, staff, my reputation, and he's like, I'll protect you, my baby boy, Triple H. I don't know. What if Vince is taking a fall? He's like, because like the thing is, when I was a leader of men, that was my go-to. Fuck it, just blame me. Do you think he's a leader of men and does that? Do you think he's like doing the old fucking Marine Corps leader bullshit where he's just like, just fucking blame me? Like,
in reality, absolutely not. But it's fun to imagine he is.
Triple H is like, it's not going so well. I'm out of ideas. I'm the American ghetto. I don't know what to do. He's like, son, blame me.
Put a women's match and say I changed the whole card.
Yeah. He changed the whole card. He's like, I don't want to be that WNBA guy. I don't want to be a sexism, but this women's match really ain't working. It's okay, son. Blame me. And Triple H is like, you're the best, Pops. Vince is getting dirty looks, and he's like, I'm doing it for my boy H. I'm doing it for my boy H.
Anything he has to.
Either way, Vince, when you're around, the product's worse, except for people that really worship money. Outside of people that worship money, I feel like most fans feel Triple H is doing a better job. I believe that, There are people that, do worship money and that influences their thoughts. But outside of, the super loyal people that will love anything he does and hate anything he doesn't do, outside of that demographic, I think most people are like, no, Triple H is doing a better job. So, Vince, I got an idea. Vince, instead of fucking with Raw and SmackDown and NXT. He doesn't give a shit about NXT. I apologize. Instead of fucking with Raw and SmackDown, come over to Kocosports stream. We'll let you book anything on twitch.tv/Kocosports. Dude, what if Vince came in and be like, I'd like to see Hogan versus Roman Reigns versus Cena in a fucking brawl and panties match? Vince, that's not in the game. Goddamn 2K.
I think Vince would just try and make the match happen in real life.
Yeah, maybe. But that's the
Hogan's
thing.
Already on board.
Yeah, you're right. And Triple H is like, all right, fine. We'll make it happen.
Yeah, the hardest person to get him in for that would be John Cena.
Yeah. Because he lost a lot of muscle weight naturally. I wonder... Never mind. He's a great guy. He's wonderful. 10 out of 10. He's a saint. All right, Vince! I don't want you to die because a lot of people give me emails like, do you want him to die? Especially with JR. It's like, no, you're fucking weird, internet. But I also wouldn't mind if he took up painting, stayed at his mansion in Connecticut, and just sat by and said, I'm proud. Let's see what Triple H can do. That would be a kind of nice life for all of us. I think we could all agree. A happy Vince McMahon. A happy Vince McMahon painting trees. I don't know if he'd paint trees. He'd probably just paint naked men. He's like, and there's naked John Cena, and he's got a friend right next to him, naked Roman Reigns. All right, next topic. Boop. Money in the Bank. How much will Vince put his dirty, grubby hands on this? Money in the Bank is coming to London. I'm super happy of the AEW and WWE and even Impact doing international shows. I just grew up. I always thought wrestling would be a worldwide thing. Sports would be a worldwide thing. And slowly but surely it is. The world is slowly getting back to normal. So it's great to see people go overseas. And it's great to see the overseas fans react. I wouldn't even mind if there were certain pay-per-views every year just dropped off in different countries. Like every year Money in the Bank's in London. Every year this pay-per-view goes to Puerto Rico. Every year this pay-per-view goes to Japan. Every year that'd be kind of cool. That'd be cool. Maybe it's because I live overseas and North Americans are like, how dare you? But I think that would be cool. What are your thoughts about more pay-per-views and more events all around the world, sir? You represent all
I
of
don't
America in this answer.
I don't go to events, so I don't give a shit. They can do them wherever they are. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah. All right.
Just stop running it in the same area repeatedly so that the crowds are dead.
Let's do pay-per-view profits. Feel free to put your picks down below, and when you win, say, I am the pay-per-view profit. Your pay-per-view, your picks, your pay-per-view profits.
You said pricks.
Well, that too.
You're asking dick pics out here, man.
Never. All right, WWE Money in the Bank, reading us off WWE.com. We'll start from the top, work our way down to the bottom. Pretty stacked card. You got the Usos versus Roman Reigns and Solo. I enjoy this storyline. I think it's one of the best storylines going today. And it's going to be interesting where this goes. I think the Usos have to win, but I enjoy this a lot. What is your thoughts on this match, sir?
I also think the Usos have to win and should. You have a long-time established tag team that's always been a tag team against two solo acts. It shouldn't be a question of who wins. It should definitely be the Usos, barring some extreme shenanigans.
And
who knows?
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. And that's more of a pro wrestling thing than a WWE thing. Usually WWE, it's the two solo stars always beating a tag team, but hopefully that changes. And just the Roman Reigns storyline. The main storylines at WWE have been really good lately. The undercard, so that's the thing. Like, once you have a good main storyline, you get like one or two good main storylines, people look past bad storylines on the undercard pretty quickly. As long as, like, you got one or two really good feuds cooking at the same time, you know, you got men's Money in the Bank ladder match. You got Ricochet, Nakamura, Santos Escobar, Butch, LA Knight, Damian Priest, and Logan Paul. Logan Paul got Prime thrown at him at an event that has nothing to do with this. I just found that clip weird. All right.
They did it on purpose. They gave the crowd a bunch of Prime bottles, and before that, they all threw the liquid up in the air at the same time. And then after that, they were throwing the bottles at him and KSI.
Oh, got it. All right. God damn you, internet, always trying to cheat. They show clips, and it's like, fans turned on him. That's not really the fans turning on him. Anyway.
Nah, that's why you can see him laughing in the video.
Yeah. So, I don't know. A lot of people are very high on LA Knight, and I think LA Knight is the masses pick. Butch and Damian Priest, I'm not really sure. I think they're at Escobar. I think they're the long shots. Logan Paul winning, I think would be interesting, but I always talk to Sid. We talk Sid off air. I haven't been to America in 20 years, so sometimes you don't have your finger on the pulse, so you don't know. How is Logan Paul? I get young guys all the time saying he's an inspiration in my Twitch chat, and then I get everyone else saying he's a douchebag.
Logan of the two brothers seems to have revamped his whole personality, as people see it, because he's a lot better now than he used to be. Jake's still a douche.
Got it. And then, of course, you got probably Japan's favorite, my favorites, Ricochet and Nakamura. Those are the guys I'll be going for. I think LA Knight wins this, but what would be the reaction if Logan Paul wins Money in the Bank? Would it be pro, anti, or just pulverizing? No, polarizing. That's the word I'm looking for.
I think it'd be pro. But of all the people in that match, I think the most interesting winner is probably Damian Priest.
Yeah, his story. You sent me pictures that he had changed his life and got in shape and all that. So it does have a great story to it. My head says LA Knight, my heart says Nakamura. What is your...
I like heels. I like heels having the briefcase, so I want Damian Priest.
Got it. All right. I seen him as a long shot, but he's your pick.
I like it whenever a heel has it, because I love when heels go and beat down the face and don't cash in. Just like, I could cash in right now, but I'm not that thing. I always love that.
Yeah, it's weird because there's only so many stories you could tell with Money in the Bank, or at least it seems that way. So yeah, interesting situation. All right, women's Money in the Bank. You got Vega, Becky Lynch, who has been practicing climbing up a ladder, Bailey, Sky, Trish Stratus, Zoe Stark. I, I maybe this is a very unpopular opinion. I, I just don't think I like Trish Stratus. I
I
just
don't like your Stratus wrestling now. I think it's not that great.
like, and you leave the memories alone. I think she was probably one of the most overrated. And the thing is, too, like when it comes to Lita and Trish, they're pioneers. It's like, were they? Were they? Look what they were doing in
In
Japan at the
WWE.
times. Yeah, maybe for WWE, but I guess for a lot of people's eyes, that's the only thing they see.
Yeah.
I think my brain tells me Becky Lynch. My heart says Sky. What's your pick?
Yeah, my brain says Becky Lynch too. But I feel like the most interesting part of this match is I think there's going to be a point where either Io or Bailey fucks the other one over to set up them splitting and feuding because it feels like that's where they've been going.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Because the thing is, I only watch the pay per views and only watch the highlights because, a worldwide company doesn't have illegal access to Japan and other countries. Um, how do you have the network in those countries and don't put Raw and SmackDown on there? Sorry. But
It's baffling.
for me, Bailey and Sky, I just think that there's not enough tag teams and they don't have to turn on each other. But nowadays, everyone loves a good turn, a twist,
Well, the thing
a
is,
plot twist.
Bailey and Io aren't really a team. Bailey's the leader of the faction, but Io and Dakota are the team.
Yeah. I apologize. I meant faction when I said team. But yeah. But I think Becky Lynch is winning this. I could be
I do
wrong.
too.
All right, World Heavyweight Champion match. The one that is disputed. You got Seth freaking Rollins versus Finn fucking Balor. To me, there's no way Seth doesn't win this, but I'll be rooting for Finn. I mean, it's Finn Balor in WWE. They ain't gonna give him shit. I'd love Finn Balor to win this, but Seth freaking Rollins is so over. And as a guy that only watches pay-per-views and highlights, I don't understand why Seth Rollins' character is over. I get it, he's a great wrestler, but his character is like, all right,
It's
so
because he's a great wrestler and they like his theme.
yeah. I think Rollins definitely wins this, but I'll be rooting for Balor.
I'm in the same boat. I think there's no doubt Rollins is going to win it, but man, I'd love to see the future scenario where Balor wins it and Priest has the briefcase.
Or Balor and Ricochet, Balor and Nakamura. Why? I'm just trying to recreate New Japan in its prime.
Well, I more think it's just a really interesting story for Balor to have the championship and Priest to be hanging on to
Yeah,
the
because
briefcase.
didn't they say
contemplating it.
if he wins, he wouldn't turn on him?
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe they are building up to that. That'd be kind of interesting. All right, WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. I love the women's tag division. The fact that they combined it, and I love Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. They're going against Rodriguez and Liv Morgan. I'm Team Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler all the way. It's not even close. Your thoughts on this match?
I'm also Ronda. I think they've been really entertaining lately.
Yeah. So hopefully they keep it and just because like the thing is when you don't have that many tag teams and you just make one strong team and then build the division around that one team is a lot better than passing the belt around hoping a division magically happens. So there you go. And next you got probably one of the biggest faces versus one of the biggest heels. You got Cody Rhodes versus Dominic Mysterio. This is sports entertainment at its best. And I gotta go. Cody has to win this, right?
No, I think Dom wins it 100%.
Oh, man. These are two guys that just get the fan reactions they want. This is sports entertainment done right.
I'm just saying Cody Rhodes' feud with Brock Lesnar's not over.
No, he keeps calling
But then
him
again, they're in the UK, and there's no way in hell Brock's going to the UK.
out. You know how much he would probably ask? He's like,
right? Like, there's no way he's going that far away from his house. But I mean, it would be fantastic for him to show up and just demolish Cody.
Oh, it would be.
God, could you imagine Dominic and Rhea just laughing the whole time, and then Dominic going for the pin and just afterwards taunting him for the next few weeks?
Yeah, I like that. And all that, but if WWE is going to spend the money on Brock, it would be at a pay-per-view in London, because you would get a huge pop. That
Plus,
would be
imagine how good it would be if Cody, because if Brock comes out, destroys Cody, and lets Dominic pin him, then the next thing Cody's going to do is come out and call out Brock again to set up their next match. And you could immediately have Dominic come out as the ultra heel and be like, you're calling him out, but you couldn't even beat me.
Yeah, that's awesome. I like that.
I just think it'd be really, really good storytelling.
Give yourself a Barry Horowitz. I like that a lot. Then the Intercontinental Championship, Gunther versus Matt Riddle. I've been seeing a lot of chatter in the chat and on the Twitter machine that people do not like the Walter. And I disagree with that completely. Yeah. Like,
that's nuts. I love Gunther.
I'm seeing a lot of younger fans turn on Gunther, saying he's boring.
God, if he loses this match, I'll be disappointed.
Yeah, I think what he's doing is great. I love both these athletes. I just hope they give them time to really go. They could have a really good strong style match. This could steal the show. Be honest with you, it could steal the show if they are allowed to work their style and they go all out.
Know. So, I don't know. That ladder match is really, really good, talent wise.
Yeah, Money in the Bank. Yeah, but overall, this for a pay-per-view, it does not look that bad at all. You know, Vince is like, how about we change this? What's that?
No KO and Sami Zayn though.
Yeah, I saw that.
Neither women's main title is on the line.
I'm kind of okay with that because it's a ladder. You know what I mean?
Well, there are rumors that Rhea Ripley is has an injury right now, and that's why she's mostly been doing the manager thing with Dominic. It seems like.
Yeah.
And they're just waiting to have her fully healed. But I don't understand why the other one's not on here. Like, where's Asuka?
Oh yeah, Asuka would be really great. So yeah, all right. So there you go. And who knows? Maybe they'll change last second. Maybe Vince will get in there. Vince is gonna make a last second change. It's not gonna be a women's match, I assure you.
I'll point out this: the women's tag team right now only has 6 women in it. I think it's very possible that Charlotte gets added to that match on Friday.
Really?
Yeah, the Money in the Bank matches are usually 7 people, anyways.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, you're right. The women is one short of the men.
People.
Yeah.
So I could definitely see them adding Charlotte to that, or adding Charlotte versus Asuka as a match in general. I definitely think they're going to add Charlotte.
Charlotte and Asuka wouldn't be that bad of a match. I know they go to the well too many times on that match, but I like it. I like it.
It's 2 great wrestlers.
Yeah. All right, so down below, give us your predictions in the comments, and let's get ready for the next one. Bam! Sergeant Slaughter is back! G.I. Joe, a real American hero. G.I. Joe is there. I love Sergeant Slaughter, dude. I kid you not. I love Sergeant Slaughter with all my heart. I don't know if I've ever told this to Sid or on the internet, but I had to wake up like 3 o'clock in the morning to go to boot camp, and I went to bed watching Hamburger Hill, and I didn't know what Marine Corps boot camp was because I was going there, and I had a dream that I was on a plane. They kicked me out. I parachuted down. First day, by the way, no training, no yellow footsteps. This is my dream. They kick me out. I pull it. And then I'm on a giant cliff, and the wind is pushing my pushing my parachute off the cliff, and Sergeant Slaughter puts a knife in the parachute and says, "Listen here, maggot, get over there." And that's how I thought Marine Corps boot camp started. I was disappointed. There was no Sergeant Slaughter. I didn't get the parachute till years later. I thought But yeah, Sergeant Slaughter is a big part of my life. I love Sergeant Slaughter. It sucks that, the Stolen Valor thing and kayfabe thing came up and all that. With that said, I don't know if I agree with Sergeant Slaughter here. You can love someone and disagree with them. I know the internet isn't used to that. Guys, sit down. You can disagree with someone and still love them. You can disagree with them and still be friends. I always know when someone on YouTube, especially Rant and Review, disagrees with me because I always get DMs that are like, do you guys hate each other now? I'm like, no, we're fucking men. This is pro wrestling. Sid, I think my wrestling opinion's different than yours. I hate you. Sergeant Slaughter wouldn't want that. Sergeant Slaughter wouldn't want that. We love you, Sergeant Slaughter. All right, why are we going to shit on Sergeant Slaughter? Why are we doing it today, Raccoon? Bring us the dirt.
Because apparently he doesn't watch as much WWE as he is. He watches Raw because SmackDown has Lacey on him. And she doesn't upset him because he knows she can't put on a Cobra clutch like he can. But it's the thought she's using that move without the writers or someone calling up and asking him, you mind if we use it? Or maybe calling it something else because like DiBiase brought it in when he was gone with G.I. Joe and used it as the $1 Million Dream. She could have come up with another name for it, but just to call it the Cobra Clutch, I had to end up using my Camel Clutch when I came back in 1990 because DiBiase was using my hold. And I asked the Iron Sheik, is it okay if I used your move? That's the way the business was. You respect your talent and the people that you work with.
Yeah.
Nobody works with them now.
Yeah, I kind of. Last time I totally disagreed. It's like, he's like, she stole my gimmick. It's like, you're a fucking Marine Corps drill instructor. You didn't come up with the gimmick. You didn't. I love you. You didn't come up with the gimmick. Is his daughter a wrestler? His daughter's always angry about shit. Does she wrestle or just podcast, YouTube? I don't know. Hey, Slaughter daughter, how you doing? I don't know. I see his point because, Abyss asked Foley. People do ask permission. But at the same time, I imagine it's more a WWE thing than Lacey thing. And stealing the gimmick is kind of...
You have to ask. He's not active. He's not using the move.
Yeah, but old school is like you asked for permission, like back in the day. But here's the thing.
Okay, that's fine. But after seeing everyone and their mother super kick all the time, come on. Asking for finishers is so dated.
Maybe you're right. So, but I don't know if I'd be mad at Lacey. Lacey's a Marine. She trained, and you're doing this. All right. Because... I don't know. I think you'd be more mad at WWE or more mad at, hey, why didn't you ask? I don't know. I think this argument is a little better, but I don't know, man. People steal shit all the time. Literally, people steal shit all the time. It's just, I don't know. I love you, Sergeant Slaughter, but I'm going to say, you just got to let it go, man. Let it go. It's... But I do think he's outdated in this situation, but I think he has way more of a hill to stand on than the last hill. The last hill was ridiculous. This one, I kind of be like, all right, I see your point a little bit, but I don't know if I would just keep attacking. It's one of those things like, where's this going? I don't know. It's going to have to let it go, man. I know it's sad, but it looks to be the way. So, Sergeant Slaughter, as far as blaming her for being a Marine Corps drill instructor, you are found, she is found not guilty. For her taking your move and calling it the same, I say she's found not guilty, but WWE will should, give you a little hush money, a little, here you go. How you doing? That's what Kocosports says. Sid, what about Raccoon Law?
I don't. Isn't the fucking Cobra Clutch just a rear naked choke standing?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, there's probably something slightly different about it, but I could be wrong.
From what I can remember looking at it, it's just a standing rear naked choke. You didn't invent the world. You didn't fucking do anything amazing, Sergeant Slaughter. You were far removed from wrestling. You should be happy someone's paying tribute to you. You should be happy someone's using a move you used to make iconic. Because otherwise, no one would think about you.
Yeah. And on top of that, this is like kind of a PR nightmare. If you went to Twitter with your daughter and just said, "Oh my God, we're so proud that she's using my move," and you did it with positivity, you would go a lot farther.
Yeah, he
But
might even have gotten a cameo if he took that approach.
yeah. I think like, and granted, I imagine Sergeant Slaughter doesn't have a PR person. I could be wrong, but yeah, if he just was more positive about it, probably. But I see his point. But seeing someone's point doesn't mean you agree with the point. So there you go. So yeah, Sergeant Slaughter. I just wish you were making headlines a different way. That's all. Because I mean, let's I always say like best case scenario. What if we live in a world where Sergeant Slaughter gets everything he wants? Does a Marine stop being a drill instructor character? Does she stop using your move? Do you call it? Do you come in and feud with her? Like, I always think, like, sometimes you have to be like, all right, what if you gave this person everything they wanted? Would they be happy? Would they be happy? I don't know. But yeah, maybe a quick phone call. But
If you're the sort that hasn't wrestled in over 20 years and you're complaining because somebody's using your move, no, you probably wouldn't be happy if everybody gave you what you wanted.
Yeah. We love you, Sergeant Slaughter. We wish you nothing but the best. But I say, Lacey Evans, not guilty. WWE, slap on the wrist. And you, we love you, but... And I feel like, does it feel like, because we've talked about Sergeant Slaughter 2 times now, does it feel like he's like, I'm going to get this argument right? He's like, all right, the first one completely failed. But now we're going to focus on the move. All right, we're not focusing on the move. We're going to focus on the, I just find it to be crazy. Would Sergeant Slaughter of G.I. Joe do this? Never. If Roadblock came by and did a fucking Cobra Clutch, he'd be like, good job, Roadblock. Be like more like Sergeant Slaughter, G.I. Joe. Didn't he have like a bunch of friends on G.I. Joe? And they were training him? I don't know. I just wish this went a different way. That's all. We love you, Sergeant Slaughter. All right. Any last words on Sergeant Slaughter, sir?
No, and I hope we don't ever talk about him again.
Oh, he think about it. His daughters, they'll come up with a strategy. They'll come up. This will not be the last time we talk about Sergeant Slaughter. He will think of something. He'll be like, I don't like the way she fucking wipes her feet 3 times instead of 4 times before entering the ring. All right. Taking stock. Buy or sell. All right. Sid, we're going to clickbait. Sergeant Slaughter attacking Lacey Evans. Buy or sell?
So.
All right. I'll go first. I got some lists. Feel free to throw in. Buy Forbidden Door. I enjoyed it. There's a lot of companies, when they work together, comes out bad. Noah, New Japan. But I thought this made New Japan look strong. I think this made AEW look strong. I thought it was amazing. And of course, always buy Kenny and Will Ospreay, and hopefully they battle forever. All right, Sid, a buy or a sell from you?
For me, my big buy of the week is going to be Dom and Rhea Ripley. I think Dom and Rhea Ripley have something special that WWE can tap into a new market that they haven't been able to. They're super over on TikTok and Twitter.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Even casual fans like Rhea Ripley on TikTok.
Oh, that's
like
cool.
Even like nobody fans still love Rhea Ripley. They're super over together.
And hope that they get it. All right, a sell. And I don't know, maybe it's because I worked in media, maybe it's because I worked in pro wrestling, maybe it's because it came off really bad. Kayfabe at media events. Sell is beyond cringe. beyond fucking cringe. It's fucking embarrassing. If you have a character that doesn't want to be there, don't do it. You know, Chris Jericho coming out and smashing stuff. It's just cringe. The USA Today, newspaper, real media is there. The show is over and you're still kayfabing stuff. Now, if you're MJF, Daniel Bryan, and you can handle it, then go for it. But what's her name? Who's the women's champ? It came from Stardom. Toni Storm. That was the cringiest fucking segment I've ever fucking seen in my life. Just don't ever go out there. Don't.
Yeah. And I also question, why was Jericho in character when he came out, when normally when Jericho does the interviews in it, he's totally out of character.
Yeah. Either don't have media events, people that want to protect kayfabe, don't have them part of the show. Because here's the thing. As a guy that worked in pro wrestling and media, I will tell you this. Everyone that isn't a fucking wrestling nerd, anyone that's in real media, will look at their partner and go, we're never doing this again. There will be people in that room that will not be coming back. There'll be people in that room that just said, fuck it, this is stupid. It's like, if you want to protect kayfabe, don't bring them out. Just don't bring them out. I just think, working in real life media might work 1 out of 99 times. The other 99 times, it's cringe and you're not getting the story you want. But yeah, I would choose wisely who you bring out for the media. Bryan Danielson did a great job. Darby Allin was kind of cute and funny. But yeah, Jericho was cheese. And like, it got so bad with what's her name. I just started like, holy fuck. Like, I felt bad for her. Like, you could see it in her eyes. She's like, do I have to keep up this act? This is so fucking dumb. This is so dumb. So, if you want to keep kayfabe alive, then don't let him at the media scrum. If you wanted to keep kayfabe alive, don't have a media scrum. You can't, because like, I guarantee there was a sports writer or a real journalist that went, all right, that's the last time I'm doing this. There's no fucking, you know, it's dumb. It's stupid. It's dumb. Sell kayfabe at media events. Especially if you're not fucking good at it or average. If you ain't top tier kayfaber, it's just like sales and presentation. All right, your buy or sell, sir?
Jungle Boy.
Oh,
I didn't want him before the Sonata match, and I want him even less now. Because, listen, sure, he had a few athletic and cool-looking spots in the match, but overall, it wasn't a great match or anything. The story segment after was stupid. And the only good thing I can say is, why don't they just make him use a clothesline as his finisher? Because apparently his clothesline can knock out wrestlers who haven't even been in a match.
I agree 100%. He's on my sell list too. And not just Jungle Boy is on my sell list. Because as a face, it wasn't working. And now he's going to turn heel. And it's like, you have to cut even more promos as a heel.
Especially because, like, the whole thing is he's turning heel. Edge and or Christian and Luchasaurus are heel. And there are some people who are like, oh, is he going to go back to him? Why would he go back to him? He made fun of his dead father and shit. There's no world where Jungle Boy going back makes sense. What is he going to do? Go back to him and be like, you were right to make fun of my dead dad. You had a point. Like, what? It's so stupid. Everything about the way they write Jungle Boy's story is stupid.
Yeah, and on top of that, one thing that I was on my sell list that has to do with Jungle Boy is turning heels too fast. I feel like everyone wants someone to turn heel, and it's really hard to make over baby faces. It's easy to make heels. So I think it's like, oh, this ain't working out. Let's turn him heel. Let's turn him heel. It's like, all right, now he's heel. I don't know. Hopefully he finds a way to save his career, but I'm selling heel turns too fast. I feel like you get one bump in the road as a face, and you're like, turn heel. So, and it's weird because, like, you know, Vince used to be like, there'll be a babyface no matter what. But there is a timing situation. And you don't want to turn heel too fast, and you don't want to be face too long. And it's just like anything else. Timing is very important. But I feel nowadays everyone's turning heels so fast. Like if you just focus in on Jungle Boy, his story makes no fucking sense. He's got a dinosaur and a friend, he's super over, got it. His friend betrays him, his friend comes back, his friend betrays him, he's on his own, he's a pillar, he can't cut a promo, and now he's a heel. It was like, Jesus Christ, who's booking this shit? The Big Show? Yeah, so you sell Jungle Boy, I sell Jungle Boy, and heel turns too fast. Timing does matter. Timing does matter. All right, but a buy out of that segment. Taz as a dad. Dad of the year. Taz knows best. I love Taz.
That segment was so stupid, though.
It was so stupid, but adorable. It was so stupid, but adorable. I'm sorry. Taz as a dad would crack me the fuck up. Would just crack me up. There you go. So you got a buy out of it. All right. Two athletes that I'm buying into. One, Kashima. Just his tweet game is on spot. A lot of people, Kashima the last 2 years, maybe more, has really reinvented his career, especially went to Pro Wrestling Noah. Buy Kashima. Kashima can still go. And SidsLight said this earlier, that he felt Kashima carried the match against Punk. And his tweets, I was actually going to do a whole segment on tweets, but I was like, dude, outside of this is fucking hilarious, I don't know what else to add. So I put it in the buy section. He's like, I didn't mean to. Let me actually pull up the tweet. I don't want to misquote this. This is too great. You know what I mean? Hold on. Scroll up. There it is. All right. Please don't call me elbow cock drop. It's just an elbow drop. I'm buying Kashima and elbow cock drop. That's what we got. Poor CM Punk. Right, as Taz would say, right in the handbag. So, buying Kashima. And one more buy. I know I'm late to the party and I've had him on sell, but MJF. I'm going to buy
Finally.
MJF. Yeah, because, well, here's the reason why. Prior to the last 2 weeks, he's the greatest cover band ever. And now he's finding
you just focus on the moments where he does like the nods to them. But I've always felt like he's just great, like
I thought there was too many nods. Talent. Too many nods. The thing is, though, he was cutting WWE promos, waiting for the catchphrases, but none of the catchphrases were his. So I think MJF the last 2 weeks, with him and Tanahashi, I feel like he's a writer finding his own voice. I feel like, okay, he's not going to the well. You know, I mean, I'm being a little sarcastic, but early on, MJF was, finally, MJF has returned to Chicago. Look out! There's an MJF coming. What are you going to do when MJF runs wild on you? If MJF was a face, that would literally been his promo. That would have been his fucking promo. So him finding his own voice is great because either that or he's fucking stealing from people I haven't seen before. It's either that, but I feel like he's finding his voice. All right, do you have a win or a loss? Because I got 3 more, sir.
I don't have any more.
All right. Win.
I want to sell Jungle Boy with all my sell energy.
All right. I got a buy and a sell. A buy, DDT fans. DDT fans were so fucking funny on Twitter. They're behind the ace, Takashita, the knockout on Ishii. Everything led to Ibushi, and, you know, just DDT fans were having so much fun at the Forbidden Door. You know, it's like, oh my God, the ace knocked out Ishii, DDT better than New Japan. Oh my God, Kenny's coming back. Oh my, you know, I just feel like out of all the groups of my friends that were watching Forbidden Door, DDT fans were having the most fun. They were just going insane. And when Ishii got KO'd, people were like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" It went insane. So, and that I know this sounds weird, but that is a big sacrifice Ishii is making for that spot. Cell, I tried to go to other watch parties, and I don't want to name people by name, but fans that only watch a product to hate it. Now, if it's a monopoly and there's nothing else on, I understand you want it to improve. But I've seen people that, like, shit on another company. Like, being super positive or being super shitty and not being genuine drives me crazy. I just want the world to be a more genuine place. But I go to a couple places and they're just like, everything fucking sucks. This sucks, that sucks. And it's just like, all right, let's just take Kenny and Will. Kenny and Will are amazing athletes. They're amazing wrestlers. If you fucking hate them, and I said this in this thing, you will pop when they go to the Royal Rumble. You will. And it's just like, I loved phase 1 through 3 of the MCU. I never understood, oh, I'm going to go talk shit to DC. I never understood that. I never understood reviewing something and not seeing the good, the bad, and the ugly, or wanting it to improve. I don't think you should review anything if your genuine heart. Don't be super positive. Don't be super negative. Those people are worthless. But if you don't have a genuine spot in your heart where you want to see that company improve, you probably shouldn't review it. I'm just being honest. You probably shouldn't review it. But yeah, that's one I want to give to. And then my last sell, and we talked about this on our review. New Japan, I want to sell New Japan's story of him hitting rock bottom and coming back. I knew that was a horrible storyline. I knew they went to the well too much. But watching other English speakers explain the story was ridiculous. Oh, there's Okada. He hit rock bottom and came back. Oh, there's Ishii. He hit rock bottom and came back. Oh, there's Juice. He hit rock bottom and come back. Tony Schiavone's like, what about this guy? Don't worry, I know. He hit rock bottom and came back. And then Kevin Kelly's like, you gets it. He fucking gets it. And not only that, but they hit rock bottom for like 2 months. Okada hit rock bottom. And then July came around and he was undefeated. It's like, Sonata, of course. He hit rock bottom. It's like, holy shit. How often? I didn't realize, like, I knew they went to the well. I knew it. But if you were watching the commentary team, or if you're Tony Schiavone and didn't keep up with it, Tony Schiavone's like, so everyone hits rock bottom and comes back? Everyone? Like, think about it. Like, Tony Schiavone had to be awkward. So what's the deal with Sonata? He hit rock bottom and came back. What's the deal with Ishii? He hit rock bottom, came back. Tanahashi, guess what? Hit rock bottom, came back. So the hit rock bottom comeback story, I don't say we have to get rid of it forever, but let's shuffle in at least 12 other fucking stories. I don't know. It showed a huge flaw in New Japan, and that I saw, but then, like, when Tony Schiavone was telling it, it was like, oh, they really tell the same story. So that's the last sell. Buy Sirius Sonata. Oh, by the way, this was on Rant and Review. This has something to do with thing. I watched Rant and Review's thing. Red Shoes, there was a miscommunication with the Sonata match. Red Shoes and Sonata were like 3 on the finish. And that's source Rant and Review. All right, that's the end of Taking Stock. Raccoon, how you doing, sir? You sleepy? You tired? You ready to go?
Well, usually we do enter after the buy and sell segment, so I'd say yeah.
All right. Guys, make sure to check out SidsLight. He streams on Twitch machine. He also streams, makes YouTube videos. So make sure to check it out. SidsLight on everything. I am Kocosports at everything. We stream a lot on Twitch. And once again, I'd like to thank anyone who watches this and apologize that this is a day late because of me. I had concussion headaches, so I apologize. So hopefully we'll get back on time the regular way. So this will probably be 24 plus hours late, and that is on me. All right, Sid, thank you for everything. And with that, I am over. Hey, ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. Woohoo!